Hi, Mockridge here. I'm going to show you 3 exercises that all pregnant women should be doing. Obviously the posture changes dramatically during pregnancy. Certain muscles weaken and lengthen and other muscles tighten. So I'm going to be sort of focusing on strengthening and opening up certain areas of the body to start make you feel a little bit stronger, a little bit fitter, and also combat those excessive sort of rounded shoulder type sort of movements that you're doing at the moment as well. Because I'm going to start off with a squat. So very easy exercise, very functional exercise. You need to make sure your feet are sort of hip distance position or a little bit wider, perhaps if you're in your 3rd trimester now, if that feels a bit more comfortable. Your knees must stay soft, your pelvis is in that neutral position, so neither arched nor tucked under. Find the midline, place your arms down, shoulders down, neck is lifted, draw the abdominal muscles in, that's really important. Work the pelvic floor here as well, sink down into a squat and then stand up nice and tall. So just bring the arms just in front of you, just as a bit of a counter body weight. Shoulders stay down, neck stays lifted. Out breath as you sink down, in breath as you stand, as we're working the bottom and also the thighs here as well. So squatting back, sitting back into the heels is probably one of the best sort of teaching points I can give you there. So sitting backwards, drop the shoulders, lift the neck. I like to sort of imagine that the spine is like a double-headed arrow really. So one arrow is coming out the top of the head and the other arrow is coming out the base of your spine. So you notice my spine is nice and long when I'm doing this exercise. We'll do 3 more here. So squatting down, draw the abdominal muscles in, work the pelvic floor, particularly on the upward phase here. Last one to go. Good. I can give your legs a little shake. Again, place your feet hip distance. Make kind of a W position here. Elbows a little bit wide. Sorry, elbows in and palms a bit wide. Drop the shoulders. This one's called chicken wings. It's actually going to work these muscles through here. Okay, so the upper back, and get a bit of openness through here too. Okay, so feet hip distance, again, knees soft. Make sure you're not arching through the lumbar spine. And we're good to go. Out breath as you lift the elbows, and in breath as you squeeze the elbows back together again. So I want you to make sure that you're squeezing the shoulder blades here to get these muscles to do some work without actually pushing the chest forwards and without lifting the shoulders. So that at some point that you'll get a little bit of an openness really through the chest at the front. And you want to just have a look at the side of your vision there. Make sure your elbow isn't going above the shoulder. It only needs to come in line with the shoulder. This is a Pilates based exercise, so make sure the abdominal muscles again are switched on, or you're working the pelvic floor. So if you know that you have a weakness in the pelvic floor, make sure that you're kind of toning those muscles. Very functional in standing to work the pelvic floor. So just a little sort of light tension in the pelvic floor. And we'll do 2 more of these. Stand nice and tall. So there's a little balloon on the top of your head. Now I'm going to grab a mat for this next exercise, so grab a towel or something there. I'm just going to bring my mat forwards and we'll do a few exercises, or 1 more exercise now, down on hands and knees. Now to step down onto the floor nice and safely, what I'd like you to do there is step down onto one knee, other knee follows, and then come down onto hands and knees from there. So just perhaps walking forwards on the mat, make sure the hands are under the shoulders, the knees are directly under the hip joints. Again, you're not arching through here, nice and flat sort of spine, shoulders back. Make sure the neck stays lifted, and all I'm going to ask you to do here is just lift that right hand, place it back down, use the abdominals here. So again, another Pilates sort of based exercise, lifting that right hand, place it back down, so shoulders stay back. Don't arch through here. Just to add a little bit more challenge, what you could do is you could lift the opposite knee off the floor. Doesn't need to go very far, just a little lift. Again, shoulders back, making sure the abdominals stay active. Okay, breathe out and hold. If you've got any sort of issues with your back or your pelvis, you might be best just to stay with the arms on this exercise. Again, don't forget to breathe. I like you to relax a little bit through these hamstring muscles as well, so that you're not gripping with the backs of your legs as you do the exercise. Guys, we'll do 1 more either side. So breathing out and lift. Excellent work there. I'll give you a cat curl stretch now. So just drop the head down, push the spine up towards the ceiling. So nice, you can walk the hands a little closer to the knees, just holding that stretch. And then if you'd like to move into a hip flexor stretch here, because we're going to just kind of elongate this muscle here. So just place the heel sort of under the knee, hand on that thigh, tuck your bottom under, lift up nice and tall, just stretching out now through the hip flexor, because that gets very tight, that muscle, during pregnancy. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. Let's change sides now. So moving position, hand down on the floor. Try and keep your knees nice and narrow. And do take your time because obviously we're not in a rush or anything here. Hands on that thigh, again shoulders down. Come into a tilt with the pelvis. So kind of flattening through here. Make sure your pelvis is still square to the front, as are your shoulders. Lifting up and breathing in through the nose. Breathe in here. And then breathe out through the mouth. Okay, just narrow your stance, coming up to standing safely. Tuck your toe under, push into that front heel. Give it a little shake there. And that's your 3 important exercises that all pregnant women should be doing. Hope to see you again very soon. Well done.